Ladies and gentlemen, check out H.A. Goodman's other channel. It's going to be very, very important, and it's going to talk about the nonsense that I'm going to speak about here in a polite manner. But they are going to frame and set up and fabricate a quote from Trump, almost certainly right before the election in November of 2020, and they're going to say he said this. Now, you can imagine where I'm going here. And it's going to be reported by current and former officials or people close with the matter, and people are going to assume that he actually said something he never said. This is called gossip and hearsay. And who responds to gossip and hearsay? People who have no understanding of life, people who want to manipulate others, people who are either easily fooled and gullible, or people who are malicious and conniving and duplicitous and want to create a reality. So this wouldn't even work in a corporate setting, okay? You tell your boss, well, so-and-so said this about you. The boss, if he or she is a good, person who possesses wisdom, says, okay, you have a motive, you have an intent here that is not my welfare. You're trying to just pit me against somebody, a rival within the company. With journalism today, the DNC emails actually showed that they cheated Bernie Sanders. They actually showed that. So it's hilarious. On Twitter, you have people, the Russians interfered. Well, how did they interfere? By informing the country that Bernie Sanders was cheated? The Russians hacked the DNC, but not her private server with top secret and special access program intelligence information. Yeah, right. But if you type in Hillary Clinton, this is all part of her campaign strategy. Hillary Clinton, CNN, Hillary Clinton doesn't think much of Trump's idea about hurricanes. He didn't say, and he never said that. I'm going to go with it's a complete fabrication, just like Trump working with Russia. If I don't get a quote, look, he never said both sides were morally equal. He never said there were fine people who were tiki torch people. He never said those things. They take his quotes out of context. But if it's Democratic congresswomen, the nuance and the context must be there at all times. If it's any Democrat, the context and the nuance must be there at all times. Clinton is on social media. She's on Twitter every 2 seconds. We know from Shoe on Head and her tweet that Clinton, there are emails now talking about, well, should Clinton run? The Russians interfered and swung the election for Trump. We think she should get another shot. Look, there's a $50,000 a plate dinner at her mansion. It's not for the DNC. Clinton is known to funnel 99 or 98.5% of $80 million raised for down-ticket Democrats. This is one report from Politico in 2015 and 2016. So you type in Hillary Clinton, it's all of this. Oh, she's responding. And on Twitter today, she responded to a fabricated quote that he didn't say. We have no clue if he said it, and we have no clue the context if he said something similar to what he said. So Hillary Clinton writes today, 187,000 likes on Twitter. The liberal theocratic cyber theocracy here. She writes, we should not nuke hurricanes. Okay, Trump never said that. Trump never said that. So she's responding to something he never said. She has fomented something that he never did, which is work with Russia. The Steele dossier she purchased. CrowdStrike was linked to the Democratic Party funding. Alexander Downer is linked to the Clinton Foundation. The media is a tool. They're basically a tool of the Democratic Party, and especially of two people. Two people run the show, ladies and gentlemen. Two people run the show. And you have a situation where Axios, and I explained this in my last segment, Axios does not have a recording, does not have any proof. They have just an unnamed sources from people familiar with the matter who were briefed on a recording. This is nonsense. Didn't Omarosa have a recording of Trump saying a horrific thing? And that's what I'm going to get at on H.A. Goodman's other channel. But you have Hillary Clinton responding now. Oh, I think it's a bad idea. Oh, my God. And Democrats, this is like, they have to believe that this took place. Or they believe this took place because they can't stand the fact that Trump, every single day of his existence, proves that their policies and their ideas and their groupthink and their doublespeak just led to failure, a catastrophic, humiliating failure in 2016 after they cheated Bernie Sanders. But if you look at, this is really great. It's tradingeconomics.com. In October of 2018, the unemployment rate hit 3.7%, lowest in 50 years. Okay, lowest in 50 years. You want to know what it is now? 3.7%. Democrats have to make things worse. They have to drag the country down into the abyss of madness, where they're at right now, currently. If you're in outer space and you're looking at the United States, you're going to see a dumpster fire called the Democratic Party. It's a dumpster fire seen throughout the galaxy. It's 3.7% in July of 2019. Okay? 3.7% in June. 3.7% in October of 2018. It went from 3.7 to 3.9 to 4 to 3.8 to 3.8, 3.6. A new record low in April of 2019, and then 3.7. It is still at record lows. 3.7 was the record low. It was a new record in April. They're talking about a recession. How can you have a recession if you have record low unemployment? And there's not an obvious bubble. There's not a real estate bubble. People aren't getting loans without any, with horrible credit. This is not like... But see, that's just one reason. They don't have Russia. Mueller was another catastrophe. The Mueller probe was nonsense in every single way. It was a complete violation of state power. And they have nothing. This is part of a strategy, ladies and gentlemen. Clinton is going to run again, and it doesn't matter, like... People say, no, she can't. Well, why not? Who's going to... Elizabeth Warren? Elizabeth Warren does not have a nationwide... First of all, name recognition, yes, she's up there. But not nearly, the Hillary Clinton status. Not even Bernie status. People know who she is, obviously, if you're into politics. If you're not into politics, you might not know who she is. If you're not into politics, you'll probably know, you'll almost certainly know who Hillary Clinton is, and you would have known who Donald Trump is in 2015. The fact that she'll lose again in 2020 is completely and utterly irrelevant. The fact that you think that, she can't run because she lost and she should be ashamed, that's irrelevant. She said she wanted to become, she'd like to become president. She stated that with Kara Swisher. She stated when she made the initial... Well, first of all, she never even stated that she was not going to run. That was a Chappaqua news cable station that she probably used. If it was Optimum, she used that cable station to log on to the internet while she had classified and top-secret intelligence on her servers when she was Secretary of State. But here you have, ladies and gentlemen, just the economy's doing well. They have nothing. They tried to oust Trump with a fabricated Trump-Russia myth. All they have is Twitter. They have all of this. They're obsessed. The TDS that they face every day is warping their minds. The derangement they have towards this president. U.S. unemployment rate drops to 3.7%. This is October 5th, 2018. It is August. It is still 3.7%. The economy is continuing to move in a good direction. Well, is it always going to be perfect and rosy? No, but this is better than President Obama's administration, objectively. And a rebuttal is that, well, unemployment was decreasing in his administration too. You have no clue. So you're saying the tax cuts worked or they didn't work? Because right now it's at 3.7%, and there were tax cuts. So Trump was supposed to tank the economy, according to Paul Krugman. We were supposed to have a recession. Now the stock market goes up, and then there's a correction, and people say, okay, here the sky's falling. But Clinton, you have to understand, Clinton is responding to something he never said. He is president of the United States of America. He's a billionaire. And if he's brash and he says things that are, sometimes out of the ordinary, brash people sometimes say those things. Clinton said she survived Bosnian sniper fire. Clinton called black youth super predators who must be brought to heel. These are her words. And Democrats are like, well, it's water under the bridge. Well, they don't understand. It's not whataboutism. It's called hypocrisy. The phrase whataboutism used to be known as hypocrisy. So it's kind of like Democrats are these vegans that go to Burger King and get like a double bacon cheeseburger. And then you say, well, wait a second. What about other vegans who actually live the lifestyle? Why are you pontificating on being this great vegan if you're eating a double bacon cheeseburger, which is everything all wrapped into one that a vegan shouldn't eat? Oh, whataboutism. You think just because I eat a double bacon cheeseburger as a vegan, as a kosher vegan, you want to add a double whammy there, okay, that I can't pontificate and tell you how horrible it is that you eat meat? Yeah, whataboutism. No, you see, a vegan is supposed to not eat any dairy product, any meat, anything associated with an animal. Okay, you are eating a double bacon cheeseburger, liberal. Do you not get that? It's irrelevant what I do and what I've done in the past. Double bacon cheeseburger, whataboutism. I have all the rights in the world to just pontificate and judge and condemn you. And since I'm morally superior, no, you're not, because you're eating a double bacon cheeseburger. Don't you get it? You're not a vegan. Yes, I am, and I'm going to condemn you and tell you how horrible you are. That's the thing. That's what they do. They're too stupid to realize what they're doing. In both rhetoric and action and deed, Clinton is worse than Trump. It doesn't mean they're not going to run with her again. They're going to run with Clinton again. They have nobody else who can raise $2 billion. She has a fundraiser coming up. Okay? I'm expecting Andrew McCabe, by the way, to get indicted. That's below in the pin. That's going to be a segment coming up. But so check out this channel later on this evening. It's a big story. But ladies and gentlemen, they're creating their own reality because the reality of their corruption. On Twitter today, I read something like, Trump wants a G7, some report from Daily Beast, I think, Trump wants a G7 in one of his resorts. And then another person, the corruption, this is so corrupt. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay, which is more corrupt? Cash flowing to the Clinton Foundation amid Russian uranium deal? And then President Obama failing to veto the sale? How is that not more corrupt than a possible G7 summit on one of Trump's properties? I don't get it. Which, if you're talking about a standard of corruption, a standard of outrage or behavior or rhetoric, what they do is they focus, they clutch pearls, they pontificate, and when they don't have anything, they say, well, he said both sides. He said fine people. And then they just, like 8th grade, you said this, no, you didn't. You said this, ha ha ha, you said it, ha ha. And it's like, no, I didn't say it. And they create that reality, and it's this nasty, sophomoric, 8th grade type of mentality. You see this in middle schools. You see this with really, really, nasty bullies in middle school or high school or whatever. That they'll try to condemn somebody and pile on a person even though the person doesn't deserve it, because they just create their own reality and then they harp on it. He never said anything about hurricanes or nuking them or whatever. Okay, that is a fabricated, nonsensical, overt, just propaganda spin. That's not journalism. Journalism is, okay, we have proof he said this, and that's it. Not, he might have said something, and somebody... Okay, the New York Times actually published an op-ed from an anonymous source saying that that this person was saving the country from Trump, and then Trump, a couple months later, is the first president to step foot in North Korea. Well, I think we're okay as a nation. Everyone knows Trump is going to win again. Everyone knows. It's just a matter of, will the Democratic Party descend into complete despair and madness, and will Clinton obliterate them? And she will. Because her vantage point is, look, she only lost by 70,000 votes. Same people who didn't vote for Clinton in 2016 will be the same people who don't vote for her in 2020. No difference. A lot of the people who are like, oh, well, you know what, I'm not going to, they'll fall in line. Or they won't vote at all, but still, it'll be the same, roughly the same type of thing. And who knows what they're going to do. And I think that, I mean, on H.A. Goodman's other channel, check it out, I really think this is what they're going to do. They're going to attribute a quote, a nasty, nasty quote to him right before the election, and people are going to believe it, and it's going to, who knows what they'll do to swing an election. They'll even purchase a Steele dossier compiled with help from Russian sources. But anyway, Clinton takes a stand. We should not, hurricanes. He never said that. So she's literally she is opposing a viewpoint he doesn't possess, and we have no evidence at all that he possessed any of these viewpoints. And by the way, where were Obama's private discussions when it came to drinking poisonous Flint water? He drank Flint water and said it was safe to drink. That was a shameful publicity stunt, and it was not safe to drink. Obama, Clinton, and Biden, their foreign policy destroyed Libya. Where are the internal deliberations? Oh, I'm sorry, it was only Trump. It only happens with Trump. Yeah, interesting. Give me your thoughts below. Check out H.A. Goodman's other channel right this second. Thank you.